Good morning, you guys. I got up this morning late, but it is okay because I got a lot of rest. I have been sick since the first of the year, and yesterday was my first day to go out, and I was excited because after you've been in the house with pain and sickness, you just want to embrace life, live, love, be happy, be at peace. And a lot of people don't realize that when you're sick a lot, it can make you depressed. So the reason I'm on here today is to encourage someone today that it might seem like the walls are crashing in on you. It might feel like everything around you is bad or negative or toxic. But sometimes we have to steal away. And if we don't steal away, sometimes God puts us in a place where we're isolated, we're by ourselves, and we don't have no choice but to get before the Lord and be appreciative of all He's done for you. Be motivated and excited about what your plans that He has for you. Some people have death. Is the holidays have passed and they are missing loved ones. Some people, good morning, Gregolyn. Hey, friend, classmate. And I just wanted to say that good morning, Derek Coker. I just wanted to say that my year started, last year was the worst year ever. And if I'm not alone, so many things. Last year was the year of lessons, many lessons, hard lessons. The school of hard knocks is what I call it, 2021. We thought 2020 was bad, but 2021 was even worse. But I think God was preparing us for this year. To me, this year, I'm going to make it great regardless because my year started out wrong. Good morning, Tanika. Hey, Vicky. And I just want to say that because of the year I had last year and because of how my year, the first day of the year started, I'm not taking anything for granted. I want you to know I demand peace this year, and I'm going to seek more of God this year. I backslid from God, and people don't want to say or admit, but weren't in a place, and sometimes we cause that on our own cognizance. But what I will say is this year I'm more determined than ever to have my peace, to have my joy, to have more of God in my life, to love on those who want love, to be an inspiration, do what God called me to do, seek more of the gifts that God has in me. And I want to encourage other people because I know that's one of the great gifts that He gave me is to encourage other people. We all go through things. We all go through something that will either stir us up or pull us down. But the key is to not stay down, not stay in a stuck place, not to stay in a bad place, not to stay in a toxic place. And we can demand the energy in the room by our lights. Don't let somebody dim your light. And, sometimes you're sitting at home by yourself because of COVID. A lot of people are not going anywhere. They're staying at home. That can be depressing. I'm normally not the person that gets depressed by sitting at home, but because I was really, really sick and at home, couldn't do anything for myself because I was in so much pain and sick and felt like I was about to die, that, and people say that COVID is not real, but I experienced it for myself. I had the shots, but it's no joke and it's nothing to play with. And it just, me being here at home, I had a lot of time to think, a lot of time to pray, a lot of time to reflect on my life, my past. Um, but with all of that being said, I want to encourage you that God is a good God and He loves you no matter what you've done in the past, what you've said in the past, how you've acted in the past. Every day is a new day to start over. Today is a new day to start over and start working on you, not focusing on everybody else and what they're doing, what they're not doing, focusing on who got this, who got that. Do you, be you. God created all of us uniquely. So with that being said, be happy with who you are, what you have, and what you're doing, because it's some that have less. It's some that don't have anywhere to live. It's some that don't have food to eat. It's some that can't even get out of the bed. It's some that can't speak, some that can't walk, some that can't talk. Be thankful for what God has done for you, what He's doing right now, and what He will do. Trouble don't last always. And I am a perfect example of trouble don't last always. People look at you sometimes and they don't know how you make it, how you do it, how you accomplish the things that you've done. But God did it. And me trusting that God did it. Good morning, Tim. Well, good afternoon, but it's morning for me because I haven't been up long. But I was just encouraged to get on here and encourage somebody else. Whatever you're going through, make the best of it. Don't wallow in the mud. Don't wallow in sorrow. If somebody hurts you, forgive them and move on. Sometimes that's hard, but do it for you, not for them. Do it for you, because forgiveness is one of the things. It's a blessing because God can bless you through forgiveness. God can bless you for not holding a grudge. If you're holding a grudge, you're hindering yourself from the blessings of God. And that's one thing that I've learned, to not stay mad at anybody. It hurts when the people that's closest to you hurt you, betray you, turn against you. But God, He is the author and finisher of our faith. He can turn anything around, any trials, any tribulations. He'll make your enemies be at your feet. He'll make your enemies praise you. He'll make your enemies want to give to you. I've seen it. But sometimes we stray away from God, His word, what we've been taught, how we've been raised. Hello, Sharon. Hello, Stephanie. But I want to tell you today that I don't care what has happened in my past, what anybody has said or did to me. I've forgiven them, and I want peace in my life. I want joy. I want love. And those that see you and are happy to see you, you want those type of people in your life, because you need that positivity in your life. Not to say everybody need to be a yes man to you, but we need positivity in our lives. If everybody that come around you is negative all the time, guess what? This spirit is going to rub off on you. So with that being said, good morning, Tanya. With that being said, surround yourself with people who motivate you, who push you, who are in your corner. We need somebody that's in our corner no matter what, because sometimes when we fall, we need somebody that not just beat us up and tell us you doing wrong and you need to get yourself together and do right, and not be nasty about it, but loving on us and saying that this is not you. You can do better. You are better. I know you're better. And if anything I can say or do to be in your corner to help you to push forward, to do better, to be better, that's what people need. They don't need somebody beating them down all the time or dogging them or talking about them. And if you can't even say nothing good, pray for them. That is the key to a lot of things. And that's what I've been doing, is before God, praying and just seeking more of him and asking him to show me, give me spiritual eyes to see the people that are not for me. Give me spiritual ears to hear your voice, oh Lord. Father, be in my spirit, in my heart, to love and forgive and move forward and do what it is that you want me to do, not man, because man will stray, have you straying away from God. Man will come in sheep clothing when they're nothing but raging wolves. So with that being said, I'm giving you what God is telling me to say, and I hope it helps you. You can have family come against you. You can have your own children to come against you, or you feel like you raised them and then they've moved on and don't include you. But you know, that's part of life, and we have to accept if you're an empty nester. You have to accept that your kids are grown. They have to make their mistakes and learn from them. Boss sense is the best sense. Even with us as adults, boss sense is the best sense, because once you get that lesson the real way, the hard way, you don't forget it, and you learn from it. And you get wisdom, and you don't want to learn it, go over that same lesson again and again. So with that being said, my year started off with a huge lesson that put me in a place where God needed me to be. And I count it all joy, because it's what needed to happen for me to see a lot and to learn a lot, all in one lesson. It was packed in one lesson that changed my mindset, renewing our mind. That is a huge thing. And not always focus on the negative. Not always focus. If you have somebody that they're around you and they always negative, they don't have nothing good to say about nobody. They don't even have anything good to say about their self. How can a person love you and they don't even love their self? They don't love God. They don't love nobody. So with that being said, good morning, Lamani. Good morning, Delma. Good morning, Betty Harris. I just want to say that I thank God for my lesson this year. He started me off with a lesson this year. And when I tell you, it was the worst thing that I could go through, but the best thing for me. And he knows how to get our attention. He knows how to get us back where we need to be, in his hand, trusting in and believing in him, and knowing that when we have God, we can have peace. If we're trusting him to do everything that needs to be done. If I told you what I've been through and even what I have to deal with this year, but I'm not focused on it. I'm not even worried about it. I'm going to tell you why. Because I'm trusting that God got me and he's going to handle it. So I don't have to stress. I don't have to worry. I don't have to fear. Because if I'm trusting God, he is the miracle worker. He is the God that can do all things. There's nothing too hard for God. And I'm not just saying this. I'm believing it. And that's where we lack sometimes. Good morning, Maya. We don't believe that God, we'll say we trust God, but do we really trust God? And that's where he said he couldn't do what he needed to do because of the people's unbelief. So he wants us to believe that he can do it and stand on it. When you've done all that you can, stand and stand thereof, meaning keep standing until God manifests whatever it is that you're asking him for. He said we have not because we ask not. And we ask in a mist. We ask in the wrong manner for the wrong things. And God won't give us something that's going to hurt us. So with that being said, I thank God I was praying for something that I did not need, and he finally showed me why I didn't need it. And I praise him for that. So when God don't answer your prayer, maybe he's protecting you. He's keeping you from heartache, hardship. You thinking it's, the enemy comes all shiny and pretty and good looking and sweet and nice, and that don't last long. And especially when you seeking God about it, if you keep seeking God, he will reveal the true motives of people's hearts, the true motives of the enemy, because the enemy can use anybody just like God can use anybody. So we have to be aware of that. And sometimes just say, okay, you enemy, you came, you did what you came to do. You did it quickly. And now I'm going back and seeking my Father to take the unforgiveness out of my heart, so I can continue to be blessed and not focus on the mess that has happened in my life, not focusing on my past, not focusing on what people have done to me, but to just keep loving on God and say, God, send me those people that you want in my life. Send me those people that's rooting for me. Send me those people that's going to help me get to the next level. That is what we need in our lives. We don't need nobody pulling us down. We got enough weight on us with this world. We don't need people in our lives that's going to pull us down, unless God sent you to them as an assignment to help them to go forward, to go higher. And if that's not what they want, move on. It's okay. It's part of life. Everybody will not go. And he said that. So it's all right. Love them and keep it moving. And that's all we have to do. And your home, anoint your home. Everybody shouldn't be in your home. Everybody shouldn't be allowed at your house, because people bring spirits and they linger after they leave. You can anoint your house and have to go back and anoint them when people leave, because they left some spirits in there that is ungodly or is wicked. And the enemy use people. He use anybody. So just like God do, the enemy does also. So don't be surprised at who the enemy use. He uses the people that's closest to you, because people that you don't deal with, he can't get to you through them. So that's his job. But we have to be aware. The enemy can use me. So, and I'm his chosen child. So remember that. And remember that nobody is perfect. Hello, Cousin Doris. Good morning. Remember that he can use whoever he pleases to give his word. We always looking at the messenger, but take heed to the message that God is using. He can use a rock to cry out for him. He can use a donkey to give a message. So we sometimes are so focused on the person and what they did and what they said and what they did in the past that we can't receive nothing. You missing your blessing, because God can use a little child to tell you something about him. That's the God we serve, because he created us all. So why not use his creations? Messed up, tore up, broke down, sick, whatever. I've been in the bed sick and ministered to somebody, and they were saved by what God put in me to tell them. So don't think because, you are not qualified, or you can't speak well, or you had a messed up life, that God can't deliver you and use you. He can't turn your heart around. He's the God of many chances. He's given me many chances, and I know he still loves me, and he pulls me back in when I get too far away and show me where I am supposed to be. I'm supposed to go to glory with my Father. So I have to be about my Father's business. People might stray. People might pull you away from God. But in the end, God gets the final say so, not man. And don't put your trust in man, because man will fail you. Man will err. But God is eternal. And I got on here to encourage somebody that's going through whatever it is. You might have a child in prison. You may have a child that was killed. You might have a husband that's cheating. You might have a friend that betrayed you. You might have a child that turned their back on you. But guess what? You still have God. You still have Jesus. And he will send somebody to see about it. If you can't hear him or get in his word, seek his face, he will send somebody to see about you and encourage you to get back in a place of where you were in the Lord. When we're really focused on God and not focused on what's around us, we won't drown. So remember that. That's a word. That keep our eyes on the prize, and the prize is Jesus, not man, not your friends, not your family, because they all can turn on you. And then who you have? Nobody but Jesus. And that's what I learned in this season, last year and the first of this year, that people can be conniving, cunning, sneaky, snakes. But guess what? We have to forgive them. It don't matter what they've done to you, what they say to you, you still got to forgive, because that's where your blessings come from. Forgiveness, not holding grudges, no matter who it is or what they do to you. Don't hold a grudge, because you're hindering your blessings. Trust me, I know for a fact, I seen this year how I asked God to help me forgive. Help me get over something that really hurt me. And he did it. And I've just been seeing blessings pouring in after blessings. This is my year. This is my season. And nobody is going to steal what God has for me. Nobody's going to steal my joy. Nobody is going to steal my peace. And God is my peace. And guess what? If you in line to try to mess up any of that, I have a sword. And I will cut you deep with that sword. And it's the word of God. And I'm going to stay on the battlefield, because we have to be ready in season and out of season. And that is my mission this year. I'm not letting anybody steal my peace or my joy. And I'm staying focused on what God has for me and what he wants. And I have my ear open and unclouded to hear what thus says the Lord. And what he has for me is for me. No man can take that. No woman can take that. God is not going to send your blessings to somebody else's house. What's for you is for you, and it's going to come in your mailbox and not nobody else's. And I continue to say that, because I love to check the mail and see checks in the mail. So with that being said, stay focused. Don't let the enemy distract you with depression, with conniving folks, conniving friends, conniving men or women, whoever it is. Hello, everybody that came on since I just got real stirred up then. But I know my help came. So I have my help with me, and you have your help with you. God is a way maker. And know that no matter what is going on in your life, he is going to turn it around. Get on your knees and pray and give it to him. Leave it with him. Don't keep worrying about it, because if you're going to worry, why pray? Stop worrying. I had to say that to myself. I'm not going to worry about folks. I'm not going to worry about who don't like me. I'm not going to worry about what I don't have. I'm not going to worry about what somebody else got. I'm not worried about what somebody else is doing. I got to worry about Chardell and her soul salvation. And it's up to you to get yours. I can tell it to you. I can take you to the water, but I can't make you drink. So with that being said, and nobody can make me drink it. I had to learn and do this for me. God had to turn some things around to put me back on the right track, to put me on the right road. The road to recovery. This year is a year of recovery. Whatever you lost in last year, ask God for better. I don't want that same junk I had last year. I want better. I want something better. And that's what I want for whoever that is seeking God, who loves God, ask him for better this year. And we have to work too. Faith without works is dead. We got to do our part too. We can't just sit and let it think God just gonna sit it in our lap all the time. God wants us to do our part too. And it starts with him. It starts with your relationship and your fellowship with him and other believers, and praying for other people, praying for your enemies, because God can turn your enemies around. They'll be your footstool. They'll be your friend. God can do that. We can't do it. When we try to force people to be our friend that don't want to be our friend, we messing up. Give it to the Lord and let him handle it, because he can handle people far greater than we. He can touch their heart. He can change them stony hearts into a heart of flesh, that they will know how to love and know that God is in you, and nothing, no man against you can conquer God. No man, if God be for you, who be against you? And I know God is for me. He has shown me over and over again. He's even shown me how he will take care of my enemies. I don't have to touch them. I don't have to do nothing to them. It's on my own cognizance if I decide to deal with my enemies. But when God do it, oh, they get a good whooping. Not the whooping that you can get in. You ain't tough enough. God can do it. Well, he'll prick their heart, where they'll come back and have to apologize. They can talk down on your name, be low down and nasty to you, but when God get a hold to them, they'll beg you for forgiveness. That's the God we serve. And I hope this helps somebody. If it just helped one person, I did what God told me to do this morning. I got up and got on here and encouraged somebody. And I don't care nothing about if you wanted to hear it or not. I have to be about my Father's business and what he told me to do. And I don't care if you looking at who I used to be. I don't care if you looking at what I might have did yesterday. But today, he said, I have a new day. We all have a new start. This morning, when you woke up and opened your eyes, you had a day to start over. So let's start over today. A good day, a positive day, a rejoiceful day, a thankful day. I thank God that he woke me up in my right mind. I thank God that he woke me up with the spirit to encourage somebody else. I thank God I'm not sick. I've been sick since January the 1st and then start feeling better until about 2 days ago. I've been in the bed. Me and my husband been sick. And these people don't care. They send you to work and you sick. You fall out and dead. Next day they got somebody else. So their job don't care nothing about you. But I tell you who do. Jesus. He loves you. He adores you. He died for you. He rose for you. And he's rooting for you. So seek him. When you think everybody has turned their back and everybody is against you, God is for you. Love you. Have a wonderful, blessed, glorified day. Smile. Love on people. You can root out evil with good. You can root out hate with love. Remember that. And have a blessed day. Bye.